Well, hey there! Welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. This is Mathwin, and today we're going to tackle the cartography table and a little bit about how to map your world. That includes making the map walls and how to get them all filled in, what the different sizes look like, all that stuff. Alright, so first thing, to make a cartography table, you need 4 planks, doesn't matter what kind of planks, and 2 pieces of paper. And we're also going to need a bunch of maps. Piece of redstone dust, kind of surrounded by a cross pattern of iron ingots. And then the compass, surrounded by paper. So it's kind of expensive. Honestly, the best way to get a lot of empty maps is find a village. Find a couple villagers that are unemployed, lock them away, plop down a cartography table. They'll turn into cartographers, and one of their trades, empty maps. Super easy, and I'm sure you've seen lots of different ways to get tons of emeralds to use to buy them. And if you haven't, then hopefully sometime soon in the future, I'll have a tutorial on how to do that. So once you have an empty map, what you're going to want to do is right-click on it. And it basically just gives you a very, very zoomed in look at the world around you. Like you can clearly see the snow on top of the mountain. You can clearly see that little sandbar. It's not much of a sandbar, but it's on here. You can even see that waterfall that's coming down the side. See, I'm hovering over it right now. So in order to make different size maps, what you're going to want to do first is F3 and H. You're going to want to make sure your advanced tooltips are shown. And you'll see right on this map that I'm pointing at, scaling 1 out of 1. That means it's full scale and 0 levels zoomed in. We can have up to 5 different sizes. The map doesn't have to be all completely filled in. Just stick a piece of paper and see how it's scaling at 1 out of 1. Now it's scaling at 1/2. And you can do that up to 4 more times. It'll go full scale, half scale, quarter scale, eighth scale, and 1/16 scale. Or you could go by level 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a total of 5 different sizes. And I'll show you the different kind of detail that goes into it. We've just looked at this one. It shows quite a bit of detail, including, if I move my guy out of the way, even that diamond block that's 1 pixel. You can see it clearly right there. Now if I zoom out to the half scale, you can see it shows a lot more of the area, but in a little bit less detail. If we go out to the next one, quarter scale, you can see it zooms out twice as much. It basically goes twice as much each time, so it's showing half the detail, but it's showing twice the area. That's kind of the gist of that. And then we have our 8th scale, which is quite a bit smaller, and 16th scale, which I've already flown around with this one a little bit just to kind of fill it in a little bit. And let me tell you, this, using an elytra and a bunch of rockets with this map in your offhand, it's for the most zoomed out 1/16 scale, it takes 20 minutes per map to do this if you're going to completely fill it in. Now if you want to, while you're flying around, it's really a great way to get an idea of what's in the area. For example, look at that. We have a ravine, and we've got a spawner that's kind of open to air. That's actually pretty nice. I like that. So what I want to do is, instead of trying to write down coordinates, since I'm trying to make a map wall of some kind by filling out these maps, We're gonna throw an anvil down. We're gonna, there we go, try to grab just one banner. And we're gonna type just something to remember it by. Ravine Z spawner. Now, if I put that down, you know what? Here looks like a nice safe spot. And then I put the map in my hand. And I right click on it. It'll actually put the color of the map. Now, keep in mind, if you put a pattern on this map, that doesn't actually change how it, or a pattern on this banner. It doesn't actually change how it looks on the map. How it looks on the map is going to be whatever the base color of the banner is. So if I had this with a pattern that completely covered it in orange and black and gray, it would still show up on the map as green. But it also, on the map, shows exactly whatever I felt like typing in, whatever name I gave it, which is super useful for remembering why you have a marker there and what that marker is. Just a little pro tip for when you're doing one of these large maps and you're flying around using up your elytra's durability. You get a cleric villager and trade with it until it's a master cleric. The Bottle of Enchanting is actually something you can buy from them. And then while you're out and about, you just take off all of your other armor, leave your elytra on, throw the Bottle of Enchanting into your hand. And I actually find that about 20 of them will fully repair an elytra if you have all your other armor off. Which basically means a stack of those can repair your elytra 3 times, which means you can be out 4 times longer without having to worry about going back. So you can just continue on with filling in your maps, not worry about trying to get all the way back to base and then all the way back out to where you were. Just super useful, save you a ton of time. A ton of time. I wish I had thought of it earlier when I was doing it just for my single player world. Also, you're probably going to want to use flight duration 3s. Get the most bang for your buck. Alright, now let's say that this is as much as you want to do. It covers your base, it covers all the area that you really care about at the moment, and you want to make a few copies of it. You don't have to actually go through the process all over again. All you have to do is take that map, put it in the cartography table, and throw an empty map in. And now you have 2 of that map. See, same map. And if you're wondering what these all look like up on a wall, that is your full scale, your half scale, your quarter scale, your 1/8 scale, and here's the one we've been working on at a 16th scale. So as you can see, it's fairly easy to see, fairly easy to read and see the different banners as well. The size of the text for the banners seems to be relative to how many letters you're using. Okay, now what a lot of you may want to do is make a map, probably a 3x3 or 5x5, something like that. Just something to be able to see your base kind of taking shape and the area around and important spots. So what you're going to want to do is bring your map with you. You see the icon for my player. I want to go to the edge of the map, and as soon as it goes from the pointer arrow to the little white dot instead, go ahead, make a new map, and that's going to be the next one over. Let's quickly fill that in. Doesn't take much on the full scale. And then to make the panel above that one, I'm going to do the same thing. And we'll go ahead and fill that out the rest of the way. Alright, so for the 9x9, what I would do is I would place the first map there, and just so I can remember where I am going to need to put them on the wall, I kind of place them the same way in my inventory that they would go on the wall. So we still need to use this one so that we can come over here until we're off. Yep, there we go, we're off. So now we'll stick this one up here. We'll take a peek at this one and get it all filled out. So now for the next one, we're going to want to go. This will also help you remember which one you need to do next. So we know we're going to be doing a space right here, just like that. So that means if this is that map, then I need to go over all the way across to there. Now I can stick this one here, take a peek, fill that one all the way out, and my next one, if I put that where it's going to be going, would be down one. So I go down till I'm off the map, put this one up here, and so on and so forth. I would need to go straight down to get to the next map. Now if I stick that there, means I need to go east off the map to get to the next one. Put that over here. And we're golden. Alright, so now I have it marked out basically in my inventory how this needs to go. And keep in mind, in survival, those maps would be disappearing onto the actual wall and not be staying in your inventory. And we've already got the middle one, so we'll go there. And this just makes it really nice and easy to keep track of what you're doing, where you got to go next, what you might have missed. And there you go. You've got your mountain range, you've got your rivers, you got your forest, you got another mountain range over there. You've got kind of an idea of what your world looks like around your base. Your base might take up an area like that, along with some farms over here, and yeah, just a great way to get a really good close-up view of what your world looks like. For those of you that might not know, I actually have a world that I've been working on and making videos for getting close to 60 videos now. I have a season 1 where I started and I built all this, and I have a season 2 where I'm kind of taking in all the 1.14 stuff and things and expanding the world. I even brought my old lady in to play with us. But we did a whole episode on how to map your world, and just wanted to show you what a full-blown 5x5 representation of what each size of these maps looks like when it's completely filled out. This is the full scale, and that's our base, our little tree chopping farm inside the barn, and our mob farm lighthouse, and our big huge mansion. And then over here we have our half scale. You can see a lot more of the area, but you can still kind of see the base, which is really nice. The quarter scale, you can still see the base, but you can see a whole lot more, including all sorts of villages and Another village. A flower island, like a flower biome on an island that I found. A whole bunch of other stuff. And here is going all the way out to 8th scale, 1/8 scale. And that gives you an idea. You can still see our base on there. But look at all that area that you can see. That is a 5x5. Now, these took me a long time, but if you have a world that you're going to be spending a lot of time in, it might be worth doing all this. Knowing that you have a witch hut there, a raid tower, another raid tower. Those gravel patches for making all your concrete, those are very nice to find. Got small coral that I can go dig up. I've got witch hut ×2. I got my sand area that I get all my sand from. There's a temple, an ocean monument, ocean monument, ocean monument. There's an ocean stronghold. All kinds of things can be mapped out on here. But this one took forever, and I only did a 3x3. This is the 1/16th scale of my world with a whole bunch of things marked out. Now, just imagine how useful this can be. I know where I've got a couple villages. I know where I've got, well, there's my guardian farm that I built. That's actually my spawn way over there. My spawn's over there. So that would be about 0, 0, right? I'm currently 2,500 blocks east of spawn. And about 700 blocks up. If that gives you any kind of scale. From there to there is 2,700 blocks. So this must be about 5,000 block, or more than 5,000 blocks all the way across and up and down. And that's just 3 maps across and 3 maps up and down. That's insane. It took forever to put this 3x3 together, but it's so worth it to be able to come up here and, you know, if I'm wondering what I'm going to do, I can take a peek at this and go, oh yeah, I forgot. I had this cool mountain over there that I saw, and I wanted to go build something on it. Or I can look and say, oh yeah, there was that island that looked like a pirate cove to me, and I want to do something with that. Or I need more sponges. There's a guardian farm I'm not going to use, and there's another guardian farm I'm not going to use. I should totally go raid those. That would be exciting. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons to do this. It's worth the time you invest. And I guess until next episode, until our next tutorial, I hope everyone has a great night. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment away. Let me know if I missed anything, because I may have. But anyway, I hope you all have a good night.